So, for those who aren't aware, I love The Bad Guys. It's basically a DreamWorks movie based on a book by Blabey. I've never actually read the books before, but I really love the movie, and because of how awesome it is, I decided it was time to make a review on it. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers, so please be warned. Anyways, here's my review on it. So basically, the story/plot is pretty similar to stuff like Lupin the Third and Sly Cooper, but basically with a lot of differences. It's basically a movie about a gang of infamous criminal animals featuring Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Piranha, Mr. Shark, and Miss Tarantula, who commit brazen thefts and successfully evade the authorities due to the public's interpretation of them as inherently bad animals. Mr. Wolf basically decides to have him and his gang learn how to be good, taught by the guinea pig philanthropist Professor Marmalade, after helping an old lady and being called a good boy.
You're such a good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
They struggle through the lessons and try to do a heist for good, but it doesn't work out well when Mr. Snake eats basically all the guinea pigs.
What do you think you're doing? We're supposed to save them, not eat them?
Well, I'd say they've gone to a better place.
Governor Diane Foxton originally decides to call off the experiment, but relents when Wolf confesses that he despises being hated for his own species. She admits she understands and has hope for him. There was also a moment where Marmalade records Mr. Wolf saving a cat, but that's not important. When the gang execute a new heist to steal the award again during a gala, which kind of gives me some Sonic Boom vibes, Wolf cannot bring himself to finish the plan. Suddenly, a meteorite on display is stolen, causing the gang to be blamed for its theft. When they are arrested, Marmalade meets him in private and reveals that he stole the meteorite and had planned for the gang to take the blame. And surprise, surprise, he was actually the old woman that Wolf had helped. In prison, Wolf explains to his gang that he doesn't want to be a criminal anymore and that they can be better, but Snake ultimately refuses, believing that the world will never see them as anything other than monsters. That's right, freaking monsters. The fight is interrupted when the Crimson Paw, a notorious criminal, rescues them, revealing herself to be none other than Diane Foxton, who reformed when she attempted to steal the Golden Dolphin herself, which is actually some kind of award that the bad guys tried to steal earlier in the movie. Upon reaching safety, the gang abandons Wolf for betraying them, but when they return to their hideout, they find it completely emptied of their loot, as Wolf revealed its location to Foxton earlier at the gala, as compensation for his crimes. After Snake willingly gives the childish Mr. Shark his last possession, which is a push pop, out of kindness, the others realize that they can change their ways and proceed to help Wolf. However, Snake denies it and abandons them to ally with Marmalade, who plans to use the meteorite to power a mind control device to hypnotize an army of guinea pigs into stealing charity funds. Wow, what a joke. And an evil villain. Meanwhile, Wolf and Foxton break into Marmalade's home to steal the meteorite, only to be captured by Marmalade and Snake. They are rescued by the remainder of the gang, then steal the meteorite and proceed to foil Marmalade's heist. They arrive at the police station to turn in the meteorite until they decide to bring Snake back despite his betrayal. During the chase, Marmalade betrays Snake as an advantage. The gang risks their lives to save them, and Marmalade steals the meteorite back. After rescuing Snake and destroying Marmalade's mind-controlled helmet, the gang surrenders to the authorities to prevent Foxington from revealing her former criminal past. Marmalade attempts to take credit for recovering the meteorite, but it doesn't take long for it to be revealed to be a fake planted by Snake, who had faked his defection. He switched it for a meteorite-shaped lamp and overcharged the real one inside Marmalade's basement, causing it to finally implode the entire manor from afar. When the lamp meteorite falls on Marmalade, a diamond he stole from Foxington falls from his suit, which authorities recognize as having been stolen by none other than the Crimson Paw just a few years ago, or in this case, many years ago. Implicated as the Crimson Paw, Marmalade is arrested and his credibility is destroyed. 1 year later, the gang is released from prison in light of their good behavior, partnering up with Foxington to begin their new crime-fighting careers. Now, most of the plot information I mentioned is basically from Wikipedia, but it's very helpful for my review because I just love the plot. I'm very impressed that Marmalade was actually the villain the whole time. It's really amazing. It really helped boost up the plot. I also love the inspiration of Lupin III and Sly Cooper with its crime gang and the addition of anthropomorphic animals while also having humans. I should also mention other things about the movie, like the killers, for example. Mr. Wolf is a witty, charming, pickpocket grey wolf and the leader of the bad guys gang, who also acts as the crew's getaway driver. He can also break the fourth wall to address the viewers about certain things. He should also try more cross-dressing, since he basically cross-dresses as a grandma in one scene. Maybe he can, dress up as a 50s woman? Mr. Snake is a sarcastic and cynical safe-cracking Eastern brown snake, Mr. Wolf's second-in-command and best friend. Mr. Shark is a childish and sensitive master-in-disguise great white shark and the biggest member of the gang. Mr. Piranha is a Bolivian red-bellied piranha who is also the short-fused loose cannon muscle and youngest of the gang. Mr. Piranha also has the tendency to fart when he's nervous about lying and other stuff, and he also speaks Spanish, which is awesome. And Miss Tarantula is a sharp-tongued and sarcastic expert hacker red-kneed tarantula, also known as Webs or Meta Harry, the smallest and only female member of the gang. But my personal favorite killers isn't just Mr. Wolf, but it's also Tiffany Fluffit, a local human news reporter with a tendency to exaggerate reports and has a very cute bun, and Diane Foxington, aka the Crimson Paw, a red fox governor and Mr. Wolf's love interest. Diane also wears a very beautiful magenta evening gown during a scene in the movie where the bad guys try to steal the golden dolphin. You can compare Diane to Fujiko and kinda compare her to Inspector Carmelia Fox. There's also Misty Luckins, the hot-tempered human chief of police who is determined to arrest the bad guys at any cost. She's also voiced by the same actress as Lois Griffin from Family Guy. Speaking of voice actors and actresses, there's also the voice cast. It's really amazing. You got Sam Rockwell from Trolls World Tour, Awkwafina from movies like the SpongeBob movie SpongeBob Waddle, Jumanji The Next Level, Stokes, The Angry Birds movie 2, and even Raya and the Last Dragon, Zazie Beetz from Deadpool 2 and Extinct, Craig Robinson from Shrek Forever After, Escape from Planet Earth, and even Sausage Party.
This is Area 51,
And even Richard Ayoade from The Box Trolls, Apple and Onion, The Lego Movie 2 The Second Part, and even Soul. This is an amazing voice cast. And finally, there's the animation. According from what I learned, the animation style was inspired by Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, whose music composer also composed the music for the bad guys. And the way DreamWorks design the characters is kinda similar to how Pixar animated Turning Red. Except for the bad guys, they're more inspired from Lupin III, Beastars, and Ernest and Celestine. I really love the animation. The characters have a lot of expression, the movement is very cartoony, and even the 2D effects are amazing. I just love it. Kinda reminds me if it was, it kinda makes me think if it was also inspired from the upcoming Nomona movie. Speaking of the animation, a YouTube animator named Jeremy Schaefer, who created a short film called The Box Assassin, which is a short film that gives me some Spies in Disguise vibes, since it was also animated in Autodesk Maya, is actually currently working at DreamWorks Animation. He worked on The Bad Guys and a bit on the upcoming Trolls 3, and is currently working on Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. That makes me very happy. I hope Kevin Toots gets a chance to work at DreamWorks too. So how would I rate The Bad Guys? Honestly, I just rate it a solid 10 out of 10. It's truly a masterpiece to me. I absolutely love it. Also, apparently the director of The Bad Guys said he would love to do a sequel, and I hope it gets greenlit. I just hope it doesn't end up like the planned sequel for Just in the Night's Valor, because that would be very sad. And not in a good way either. There's also a scene inspired from Pulp Fiction at the beginning of the movie, and that's actually really interesting. I really do love that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below on what movie you want me to review next. I hope it's SEAL Team. I would love to review that movie. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Spaceboy CT out.
The end.